Welcome. You're listening to the I'm Wired to Inspire podcast, creatively engineered by Nicole, the inspiration specialist. I'm Wired to Inspire is a powerfully packed podcast filled with inspiration and encouragement to get you through your day. It's designed to inspire you to live your authentic purpose. Now, stay tuned for your host, Nicole, the inspiration specialist, on today's episode of I'm Wired to Inspire.
Hey everyone, and thank you so much for joining me today on my podcast. Guys, today's episode is entitled Feast or Famine. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard of that statement before, but it's very popular. It's been used for years and years and years. And it simply means that you either have too much of something when you talk about feast, or you have too little of something when you talk about famine. So I came up with this the other day. I was writing and I was praying and I was like, God, there's so many things going on right now where I see that you have your hand in it, but so many times we can't, we miss it. You know what I'm saying? Because our focus is not on that, right? And so I realized I was thinking about a balance. That's it. I was thinking about having balance. And right then, everything just kind of started coming together for me in that moment. And I'm like, God, what is it about balance? He said, that's the problem, Robin. He said, so many of my children have the mentality of feast or famine right now. And they're not learning how to be balanced. They're not letting me equalize them and balance them out. And I really just kind of sat down and used on that for a minute. Y'all, it's the truth. I'm going to tell you, basically, it's one of them things we never satisfied. Either we have everything we want and more, or we don't have enough of what we think we need or what we think we want. Right? And you have to decide for yourself, feast or famine. What is it going to be for you? If we have the mindset of a feast, which is what I would like to think God wants for us. When you have the mindset of feast, you have an abundance. You have an Ephesians 3:20 experience, right? But when you have famine, it means that you're lacking. It means that you're not having enough. And that is usually not synonymous with God, because God makes sure that we have more than enough. So I want you to take some time and I want you to begin to ask yourself, what is my mindset right now? Do I have a feast or famine mentality? And if I do, which side am I swaying on? Or am I a person who is balanced right now? I'm really thinking about the things that I have and I'm saying, okay, well, let me set some goals. I want to do this, this, and this. This is what I have at my fingertips to do it with. Okay, well, I have this. I have an overflow of that. Perhaps I can share that. Now, let me break this down to you in a simplistic level. Y'all, it's Christmas. It's the holiday season, right? Those of you who have a bunch of clothes you need to get rid of, get rid of the abundance of what you have that you don't use. You can share it and give it to someone else. If you're listening, you're like, well, I'm going to lose weight and then I'm going to wear it again. Maybe save one or two pieces and go give those clothes to somebody who can use it, because you have to know, if you are believing God for being God, you will get a new wardrobe. Okay, but there could be people right now, the temperature's dropping, the temperature's changing. You could literally bless them with clothes and you just have an abundance. You literally feasting on clothes and you're like, oh, well, I can't fit it. I'll fit it one day. I'm mad at you. I've done it a million times. But you know what I've also realized? We have to let God give us brand new fluid experiences, things that happen daily, brand new things, instead of holding on to dear life for the old things. Because the God we serve, He is surely willing to give us above what we can ask or think. So if you are in that space, in that season in your life where you're like, okay, I maybe do have some things I can give away. It might be your time. You might be able to volunteer. You may have a little bit of extra time off. You may have time to maybe just sit and hang out with a friend, and you normally wouldn't have time to do that. You may even be in a space where, you say, let me see if somebody need me to help them clean up their house or cook a meal for them or do something kind for them. Think about these things, y'all, because here's the thing. You want to be balanced. You want to be able to say, I know God when I'm high. I know God when I'm low, but no matter what state I'm in, I am content. That is the space you want to be in. And when you're thinking about feast or famine, if you got too much or you don't have enough, that usually puts you in a space of always feeling like you have to strive. We are trying to transition in 2018 into 2019 from striving to thriving. You don't want to be striving. Striving is cool when it's cool, but right now we want to thrive. Because when you thrive, you are in the feast mode. You're going to go from, beast mode and feast mode. I like that. I think I'm going to do something on that. Look out for beast mode and feast mode. I think I'm going to do something with that. I'm really feeling that right there. That just that set me off when I said it. So I'm saying all that to say this to you, y'all. You have to make a decision. You have to decide, okay, listen, I want to pay attention to all of these things that I got going on, but I need to start counting the cost. I need to see what do I have where I could bless other people. What is it that God is trying to do in me to bless me, but maybe my head is hard. Maybe I want to do this and maybe I want to do that. And y'all, I've been talking about this recently this week, at least on this podcast. Be careful about flip-flopping. If you're all over the place, one day is this, the next day is that. It's like you just all over the place. And that is a sign that you are striving. That is a sign that you are either running from what God is telling you to do or you don't recognize what God is telling you to do. But either way, it is not going to hurt you to ask God, show me where I stand with this. What does this mean for me? Because I no longer want to be struggling between feast or famine. I want to be balanced. I want to be able to be in a position where I can say, God, this is you. I'm following you. I'm giving away what I have an abundance of, and I'm opening up and making room for what you have coming. I do not have a famine mentality. I am not lacking. I'm literally walking in abundance. So I don't know who needs to hear that, but evaluate where you are right now. See what it is that God is trying to show you. Set yourself up. You're going to leave out of 2018. You're going to go from striving to thriving. I'm wired to inspire. I hope you are too.
Thanks for listening to I'm Wired to Inspire podcast at I'mWiredToInspire.com. If you enjoyed the show, spread the word and be sure to hit the 5-star rating on iTunes. For more information on this podcast and inspirational products and services, log on to I'mWiredToInspire.com. And remember to live your authentic purpose. Thanks again and see you next time.